Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about a category of makeup I call blurs. They're sort of an in-between a primer and a foundation, and they can be a little bit confusing, and sometimes it can be hard to figure out where they fit into your routine. So I'm going to use two different kind of blurs today. The first one is the Hylamide HA blur, which I like to use for a more matte look, especially around my pores and my under eyes, and it's also very moisturizing. It creates a really nice barrier against wind and cold weather, which obviously we're having a lot of right now. It comes out and it looks like this, like a moisturizer, but the texture is a little bit thicker. It feels like a silicone base even though it's not. You can see that even as I put it on, it's kind of blurring out imperfections, hence the name. The second one that I really like to use is this Nyad Photography Fluid Opacity 12%, which is quite a mouthful. But this one is kind of magical, and it has this shimmery look to it, so you think it's a highlighter, but it's not, and it's oil-free, so I can use it even where I'm acne prone. So I just take and what I really like about this one is it's dewy, it's fresh looking, but it's also very natural. This could be my skin. It's not my skin, but it could be my skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup, and you can still see my freckles and you can still see a little bit of redness. And so I like to finish off this look by using some concealer just to spot treat. This is my favorite under eye concealer right now, the Bare Minerals Bare Serum. And I'm just going to take this one and tap it along the orbital line. And then I'm going to use my Beauty Blender with some rosewater mist. And if there's any extra, I'll just spread it around my nose. Everybody gets a little red around there. And then I'm going to use this acne concealer, the Blemish Remedy, and just touch up a few spots that I have. And that's it. This is a very daytime look for me when I want to look put together and fresh, but not super made up or done. And I'll finish it off with a mist to set for some contour. This is the Topaz Glacier, and I'll just kind of smush it on and then let the heat from my fingers blend it in. And that's it. And that's the first way that you can use the blur, just on its own with a little bit of concealer. You could also use it as a primer because it creates such a nice smooth canvas for your foundation to go on. So today I am using my Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation, which is also oil-free. I'm going to just put a drop of it on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to use my Beauty Blender again with the mist. Make sure it's just damp. And I'm going to take the back side and just tap it on. Now, if I was going to do it this way, I would probably wait until after I had done my foundation to do my concealer. So I'm going to use my other favorite concealer this time and just spot treat those little spots. And this time I'm going to do a layered look under my eyes. So I'm going to add the serum blend it in. And then I'm going to add a couple drops of vanilla. And then, because I feel like foundation like this really flattens out your face, you need a little bit of blush or bronzer to contour it. So I'm going to use this little palette. Now you can see I have a much more glamorous, done face. I mean, it looks beautiful and sort of flawless in this way that I'm not sure faces are actually supposed to look. But there you have it. This is foundation on top of the blur. You apply the primer or the blur on top of the foundation as well. So now I have all my face on. I'm going to start by taking this one, the H8 blur, and I'm just going to add a little bit around the eye area. And that just amps up that coverage to like a crazy level. Also do the same with the skin foundation, which in this context on top of the highlighter I already have kind of looks just dewier and dewier and dewier. And that's it. 3 different ways to use blurs to create different looks with varying levels of coverage. If you have any questions, ask me below on the blog.